Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Chicagoland Speedway here in Joliet, Illinois for the running of race number 16 of 23 in the Qualcomm Series season. The Victory Auto Wreckers 225. I don't know why I put .com in the title, but I'll probably just change that out at the end. But a lot of storylines come into this after a surprising win by Jonathan Martin last week out in Meadowdale, but he's starting deep in the field in 23rd. But even more important, how far down is Sebastian Kukulon? He has not found the speed this qualifying session. He's starting dead last in this 25-car field. That's huge as he has the points lead by only 2 over Luke Rainey. Where does he start? He starts 12th, so a mid-pack starting spot for the 26th, but he's ahead of Kukulon and Aiden Burkhardt. Aiden starting deep in 19th, but Mac Johnson and Larry Hagan up at the front. This is going to be huge for them as they try and challenge for this championship. And how about TJ Smith, too? TJ Smith and Eli Bright are both in the top 10. They're still in this fight as well. So there's a lot of storylines coming into this race here from Chicagoland. The Victory Auto Wreckers 225. Obviously, your starting lineup is on the left side of your screen. Leave that up for a second before we go green. And this race is also presented by Orange Vanilla Coca-Cola. I'm having my first taste of that. It's pretty good. But as the third and final race, the Chicago Cup for these Qualcomm guys closes in. Let's accelerate up and get the command of fire engines for this quick 27-lap race around this 1.5-mile oval. And looks like we skipped over the command, but oh well. It's Larry Hagan and Colton Yo out front. Excuse me, not Colton Yo, AJ Jones, as Yo's obviously still injured after Toronto. Team owner AJ Jones driving the 74, and that's a really good qualifying position for that number 74. AJ Jones trying to prove why he's worthy enough to make the Cup Series next season. But Jones and Hagan will lead them down. The Victory Auto Wreckers 225 is green from Chicagoland. Already looks like the inside line got pretty spread out, but into the corner. Inside line with the advantage. Mac Johnson already breaking out, pushing Hagan to the race lead, but that's going to allow the 46 TJ Smith trying to pedal underneath Mac Johnson for that second spot as we come through 3 and 4 for the first time. Everyone throttle magic to the corners. You see there, off a turn 4, the inside line has a huge checkup. Means the outside line guys like Mac Johnson and AJ Jones can just surge around them back, take that position. Turns 1 and 2 are where you want to be on the inside, like where Eli Bright is now, to get that run. So far, no challenge for the lead from Larry Hagan. Mac Johnson second, TJ Smith third, AJ Jones fourth, and Jake Galloway trying to hold off the 50 car Eli Bright for that 5th spot. Where are our points contenders? Looks like Luke Rainey stuck on the high side, as well as Aiden Burkhardt, who's made ground from the start. Those two are still, however, ahead of this 94, who's 3 wide middle of the pack. Kukulon in the trap zone. Taylor barely touches him going into the corner. They're going to get hooked, and Kukulon and O'Hara and Taylor into the wall early, and that changes the face of the championship just like that. Kukulon knew that he was going to have a lot of drama in the back of the pack, and it has cost him dearly, as now he loses many valuable points. And looks like the 49 on pit road, Dusty Neal, something amiss on the 49. Steven Taylor, heavy damage, but this will bring the caution out in the Victory Auto Wreckers 225. Take a replay of this incident. We saw it live. Steven Taylor makes an aggressive 3-wide move into turns 1 and 2. Tries to back out of it, but he has Alexander Rowe behind him, who pushes that 67 up alongside the 94 and the 5. Taylor really squeezed him, and I don't know why he wasn't running on the bottom, but 3 wide, they just got squeezed, and that's what sent these cars up into the wall. Go on board the 94 of Sebastian Kukulon as his points lead may take a big tumble here in turn number 3 of Chicagoland. He won't have as much damage as O'Hara and Taylor will after that, luckily, as this 94 might be able to come back out there, challenge for some spots in the back of the field. But I do want to take a look at 49, Dusty Neal. What happened to this car? The wreck behind him. Oh! I'm not sure. It looked like he had a part brake, but he was just... I thought he had a part brake, but he was just lifting off for the corner. Let's watch the speed at the top of your screen again. Right, that's just regular corner speed. He picks it back up and slows up and brings it into pit road. So, for Neal, I'm not sure what to make of this out of this 49 crew. But obviously that problem has been resolved as he is back out on the racetrack. Now, take a look at where everybody sits after that yellow. Larry Hagan, our pulse hitter, not challenged so far. Mac Johnson sitting in second. Johnson is currently, where is he in the standings? He is 5th in the standings so far. This is going to really help him as... he's only about 12 points back, so if Mac Johnson really puts together a good day, and our points leaders continue their struggle, we may see a surprise points leader in Mac Johnson. But TJ Smith as well, he's in the top 10 of points. He won at the Chicago Motor Speedway, also won at Orlando. He's been a quiet threat all year. Is this the 46's time to shine for Rudd Racing, as Rudd's owner Dane Cruz tried to secure the funding to bring his own team up to the Xcel Energy Cup Series full-time next season, as TJ Smith, his current driver, will be going to Rose Bradley Motorsports. AJ Jones, Jake Galloway having good days, 4th and 5th. Eli Bright, 4th in points. He's 6th. This is going to help him. And if he can possibly gain a couple spots, that'll help him try and fend off the 92, Mac Johnson. Ryan McDonough, we thought, would have been a championship contenders this season, but it's not really looking like it as of now. So tough break for the 9 car. Mitchell Collins in 8th, Ryan Butcher 9th, Jacob Edson 10th. And it's DeLello, Lyons, Yepes, Galloway, Lasseter. Luke Rainey sitting back in 16th, and Aiden Burkhart 17th. So with the 26 and the 7 having poor days, Kukulon is going to benefit, albeit with his damage. However, will it be a big enough benefit as the 92 and 50 running strong out front? Jonathan Dale Lightning, another one of your contenders early in so far this season. He's had a bit of a slide so far. He's out of the top 5 in points, but he's still in it. And one of these guys back here not going to help his chances any. Jonathan Mark, Nathan Ormond, Alexander Rowe, Sebastian Kukulon back out on the track with damage. Dusty Neal's got his issue fixed, and O'Hara with damage, just trying to finish the race out. We're going to take a quick commercial break here, under pacing the Victory Auto Wreckers 225. the Qualcomm Series, trying to finish out their portion of the Chicago Cup here in Joliet. Taking a look at our fastest lap so far, Jake Galloway has it at 29.045. AJ Jones right behind him, though. Slowest time is Nathan Ormond in the back. Just under a second off. And where are your points contenders running? Burkhardt, Rainey, Kukul 18th, 19th, and 20th. So obviously they do not have the cars today that they wanted to perform and try and distance one another from the points lead. But Hagan, this is really going to help his championship by being up here, contending for this win. Mac Johnson, TJ Smith, Eli Bright as well. This is the day they needed. Will this be the race that makes or breaks the Qualcomm Series Championship? Larry Hagan will lead the field of now only 24 as Steven Taylor pulled off. Back to green in the Victory Auto Records 225. And looks like Johnson got a better jump than Hagan. Here comes Mac Johnson, the 92 to the inside. Will he have the power to stick? So far he does. Not going to clear him off the corner. Here comes Hagan with the fight. And Eli Bright, could he go 3 wide up here? Oh, not quite. AJ Jones shuts the door on him. But now, Johnson has AJ Jones and Eli Bright lined up behind him. But look at the surge by Hagan around the outside, trying to keep this race lead. Diving into turn 1, still with the advantage. And side-by-side racing throughout this field. That's a 1.5 mile oval. Now Johnson has a sight holding off AJ Jones on his outside. Eli Bright could make a move at any chance, trying to get past the 92. But these two are in it for the championship fight. Bright with a big checkup. Johnson clears them. Galloway doesn't know which lane to pick. And TJ Smith trying to use his teammate Mitchell Collins. But Collins is going to get jumped by Ryan Butcher to his inside. But now, Larry Hagan, all he can do is put distance on this field. It's what Hagan wants to see, a comfortable margin. And now, battling behind Hagan, another thing he wants to see as Mac Johnson is going to go to the outside as AJ Jones tries to get past him. Eli Bright really sucking up in the draft. Here comes the 50, but here comes the 39. Look at the draft at Chicagoland. Jake Galloway soared up on these guys, and that just shows how quickly it can go from single file to side by side. TJ Smith trying to get a piece of the action too. Now AJ for second. Will he clear into turn number 3? Tough to tell. The outside line still a possibility. Looks like AJ's gone. Galloway a big checkup. That's going to hold up the 46 and the 16. Looking back, McDonough making up ground, but stuck on the outside. Luke Rainey trying to make something happen. And Aiden Burkhardt on the inside. Can he do anything in the 7? Kukulon with his damage, just trying to hang on to the draft. Single file at the front again. Butcher, I thought I just heard someone hit the wall. I'm not sure, but these guys are running 3 wide. Collins, McDonough, and Yepes. Looks like Diego's going to be the one to back out of it. I don't think anyone hit the wall, so caution lights are green. So no caution here at Chicagoland. But out of that 3 wide racing, looks like McDonough is going to be the one with the biggest advantages. Here comes Yepes trying to soar underneath the 43 of Collins. 3 wide back here, Aiden Burkhardt. Don't squeeze them too tight. Looks like these guys know to give people space after the earlier incident. Geez, Dale Lightning running very close up to the wall, but Aiden Burkhart going to gain some significant spots after this. Looking back up at the front, Hagen's gap going away. Here comes the 74, A.J. Jones. Let's ride on board this owner driver as we hit the halfway mark of the Victory Auto Records 225. He's biding his time. He's just waiting. Probably toward the later stage of this race where he can just make that move and be home free for the rest of it. But he's actually distancing himself fairly from that 92 Mac Johnson, as there's a couple car length gap now as we get a flyby running through the corner. Most of the field now single file. Here comes the 74, A.J. Jones diving for the lead. Through turns 3 and 4, close, hard racing. Jones hits the checkup. Have to lift there off of 4, otherwise the car gets a little tail happy. And look at the 92 and the 50. Synchronized, darting out on the 74, trying to jump him for P2. This is going to allow Galloway, TJ Smith to get up in this draft as well. Galloway, a late look on Bright. Bright running close onto the 74. Chops the 39 off. That could have been tight. But as we hit 10 to go this time by, at this point, this is where you start taking and less giving in this race. Ryan Butcher, where did he come from? He's trying to get up in the battle for the top 5 spots in his number 16. What will he be able to do with his miserable season so far? And here comes Zachary DeLello. A lot of bad luck early in the season. The other Jones Performance Racing car, obviously his Boston teammate, running up in third. Good day for the 64 and the 74. Here comes Collins with a big run on McDonough. And your championship contenders, Aiden Burkhart sitting in 15th. Luke Rainey 19th. And Sebastian Kukulon 23rd. But Mac Johnson and Eli Bright are going to be second and third. It's now Bright is going to get past A.J. Jones. Jones doesn't have as much experience as everybody else does in these cars. As, whoa, man, really close to the 46 coming off the corner. But time's a-ticking in this race. Will they be able to hunt down Larry Hagan again? A.J. Jones did it before, but he wasn't able to hold it. Now it's Mac Johnson's turn in the 92. Can he do anything? This Purex Mazda versus the AutoZone Dodge. Bright and No Man's Land in third. If these guys get side by side, Eli will be able to use the draft, get up to them. Single file behind. DeLello and Butcher scrapping. That is for 6th, I believe. Excuse me, 7th. McDonough thought about a look, but it was too late. Couldn't quite get there into the corner. And now Collins to the outside of Landon Lyons. That's for 10th. Up at the front, Johnson lost touch with Hagan. Now he's going to have his focus set on holding off his championship rival, Eli Bright. Got to get as many points as you can this late in the season. And surely with these points leaders doing so bad in the second half of the field, it's going to be Mac Johnson, Eli Bright, 1-2 at the top of the standings. And actually, with Johnson ahead of Bright, I'm not sure if these guys will be tied or not. Yet to be seen. Coming around, it'll be 5 to go. And now Bright thought about a look on Johnson, faked him out, but gave him the notice saying, if we want to win this race, we're going to have to work together. If not, I'm going without you. Nothing yet into turn 1. Butcher back there on Galloway for 6th. Side by side, coming off the corner. DeLello's got a great view of this. Trying to use the draft. Who's this going to help coming into the corner? Not really anyone. He takes the middle line. Johnson just trying to put together a string of good laps here. 4 to go in the Victory Auto Records 225. And Bright's got to run. Eli Bright to the inside of Mac Johnson. every point is important here at the closing end of the season. And these guys know how bad they need it. But guys getting runs. A.J. Jones is going to get a run here. He's thinking about looking on the 50 and the 92. But are these guys making less moves, or can't they make the moves because the tires are going? I'm not sure, but looks like Johnson closing a little bit on Hagan. Not going to matter with these guys running side by side. Here comes Eli Bright for second in the number 50. Outside line, still with a lot of momentum. Johnson fighting back. A.J. Jones going to stay out of the fight. Johnson going to go high. But Eli with the middle. Oh, Johnson barely cuts off A.J. Jones. A close call, but an important one for the face of the championship. Now, 2 laps left. Can Larry Hagan hold on? The gap is shrinking back to Eli Bright. Will we see a last lap dash here at the 1.5 mile oval in the Victory Auto Records 225? Jones not making the move on Johnson just yet. He knows that he's not in it for the championship. He's just in it for pride. And Johnson could be seeing himself the points lead. But maybe not, as Eli Bright's ahead of him. And Bright's got to run through the tri-oval. Final lap at Chicagoland. Eli Bright to the inside of Hagan. The run's not there. The air stalled him out. Hagan sails it into turn number 1. And Johnson gets the run through the corner. He's going to try and jump Bright for second. And maybe the points lead. Here comes Mac Johnson underneath Eli Bright. Trying to change the face of the championship. But for the race win, it's going to be the 83. Larry Hagan. A couple race heartbreak, but he's back in it again. Hagan wins at Chicagoland, and Bright holds off Mac Johnson for the second spot, and likely the points lead, as Aiden Burkhart 14th, Luke Rainey 18th, Sebastian Kukulon 22nd. 22nd, that must mean somebody went out? Oh, no, I'm sorry. Neil's laps down. I forgot. But Larry Hagan comes across in his victory lap. A good day. One he's been waiting for. Outside of that, let's take a look at your results. Here at the conclusion of the Victory Auto Records 225 from Chicagoland. Get you the victory screen at the end, but your points coming into it looked like this. Kukulon ahead of Rainey by 2, ahead of Burkhart by 9, and Johnson was farther back than I thought. He's actually 20 back, so Eli Bright should be in the points lead. Take a look here from the results. Larry Hagan led all the laps in dominating fashion. He gets the max amount of points, 34. And now your standings coming out. A big shakeup here as Eli Bright jumps in the points lead with 274 points. Mac Johnson moves into second. Only 8 points back. He's tied with former points leader Luke Rainey, who now is 8 points back. Kukulon 10, Burkhart 11, and TJ Smith and Larry Hagan within a race distance, 19 and 25. Dale Lightning needs max points. He's 31. Orman 37, and Brian McDonough 45. I'd say anybody in the top 10 still has a shot. And the rest of this Qualcomm season is bound to be exciting. I'd like to thank you all for coming to watch this race. The Chicago Cup winding down. The only thing left is the Xcel Energy Cup Series race, the first Midwest Bank 400 here from Chicagoland. But that'll do it for me. We'll close out with your victory screen from the Victory Auto Wreckers 225.